Welcome everyone to round 6 of the G-Force Racing League. Today we are here in Silverstone, United Kingdom for the reverse layout of the Silverstone circuit, and it appears to be wet to start off the 18-minute qualifying session, where our extremely impressive 19 drivers will contest out these first 18 minutes to decide their starting spots for the grid for the race, which I believe will be 26 laps, as we already see a couple people hitting the track, as it's very different from what we're used to, driving backwards around this famed and historic circuit, thanks to the new features of F125. We've already had one reverse race this season. Safe to say that was, well, overwhelming, but not in a good way. So let's hope we get something new, or get some improved driving standards for this race. I will say, though, that race was pretty entertaining to watch from the commentary box, so maybe if we could bring that same excitement with less DNFs, that would be magnificent. Amazingly, it appears I have no issues with my audio in any sort so far, so, I mean, amazingly, the stream appears to be fine, other than the fact that it might not be in the highest quality for some viewers. But our first person to set a flying lap will be Jack. He will start his lap, and he will, unlike we usually see, he will start with the final chicane, the club chicane, the first 3 corners of the circuit, as he slowly navigates his way through them. I've driven this circuit before in reverse, but not in the rain. It's interesting for sure. There's a bit of lag there. So now we see him going down the back straight. Through Chapel Curve, then Beckett's, then Maggots. I think I've actually done that wrong. I think that's Maggots. It's very confusing. Now he's invalidated his lap. He's gone too deep there. That corner, which just used to be a very subtle kink, now you have to actually get it. Make sure you get it right here in the rain. Who else is on a flying lap? I believe Wizard Mitten is on a lap. Gabriel's gone wide there. Oh, that was Exotic hitting a sponsor board. Oh, and then Wizard Mitten going off as well. Everyone trying to adapt right now. So now we go through Luffield, turning left instead of right. Behind him, Foles rapidly approaching. On board. Bowen goes quickest on the wet compound tire with a 144.668. Who will be next? I think it might be one of the Ferraris. It would be Foles, who sets a 143.127, second and a half quicker than Bowen. Wizard Mitten went 4 seconds slower with what I'd assume to be a 147.2, 144.0 for Bobby Lyons. It's just happened, but my controller has gone dead. quickly. I've lost control of the TV cameras. Okay, we're back. Wall's gone. Timing's changed a little bit. Alex set a 144.6. Zodic set a 145.3. There's definitely a contrast between the inters and the wets. Lots of different times being set with them. Ace goes quickest with a 142.686 on that wet tire. That is 4/10 quicker than Foles. A very good lap from him. 12 out of our 19 have set laps so far. Kart Racer next up. Handling the Beckett Smackett section pretty well as he's now going to go through cops. See him fly around that corner. Now to Woodcut. Luffield. They're throwing the car in there, making it stick. Now to Brooklands. Oh wow, drifting out of that corner. This lap looks like it could be promising. It's now through the loop. And Aintree. Oh wow, that was close. Now through Abbey Corner, onto the Hamilton Straight. Car Racer appears to set a 145.3 that lap. It appears the wets definitely proved to be the stronger tire, as the top 4 times have been set by wet tire runners. Oh, however, third place Christian Bach is about to try to run on the inters, it seems. The game has shown he's switched to an intermediate tire. Edwin on his out lap. I must say, I don't know if I fancy this circuit layout as much as the normal Silverstone layout, especially in the wet. Now 15 of our 19 have set laps. Wojtek. Oh, he's gone. No, he's not gone deep. That's the game. Thank you, magnificent game. Bowen goes second. And Aston Martin 1-2 right now. Bowen only a 10th off his teammate. And it appears the crossover is happening. The Inters are quicker. And there's a Ferrari stranded. It's Foles on the hanger straight now driving backwards. Is my game deceiving me? Nope, he has been disqualified. That's something. Oh, he's starting at the back as well now. He didn't. His good lap doesn't even stand. Poor guy. Oh, it appears this is out of protest between two drivers, Pinky and Foles. No. It appears it is not against league officials the protest. It is a protest against dirty air, which I don't know how you're supposed to protest against. It doesn't know that the person protesting it exists. Reminder that even in the wet conditions, once a dry line is formed, as you can see here, that distinct darker patch that looks like a bunch of cars have been driving through it, the Inters are quicker even if it's still raining. That is how this game works, somehow, and it is Inters will always be quicker on a dry patch like that, no matter the other circumstances going on in the air or other parts of the track. I believe that the final laps will soon be approaching. Some people are still yet to set a lap even, such as Jeremy and Phantom. I believe I have seen Jeremy on track, he just hasn't set a lap yet. Phantom, though, I have not caught yet on circuit, and Pinky has done the same thing that Foles did, so that's wonderful. We've got those two at the back, two of the league's quicker drivers, as Ace goes with a 140.9, even quicker now. That is ridiculously fast. I've heard that there... Oh, Bobby Lyons goes quickest, the Englishman. He has set a 140.8, a 10th quicker, as those Inters are really starting to get into their best phase on the circuit. The drier line forming and everything going well for people with the right pace in the wet. Someone needs to go on slicks, says Foles. Let's see what's going on in the chat of the stream. I'm just wondering with the stream being gone. That was just temporarily while I fixed my controller, which was being a pain in the ass. Okay, that is Jack's going at a normal rate of speed. I believe that is an Alpine, which means it must be Bobby Lyons. Okay, we love it when the game does this. Game heritage. I would try to leave and rejoin the lobby to see if it fixed anything, but it's not going to. Oh, Wojtek as retired from the session. Can't tell if it was in the pit lane or not. Either way, everyone's queuing up. I would love to know how much time is left in the session if I can just get a look at 1:07. All right. Now that we have a relative estimate and we see all of these cars queuing up, here we go. Jack to set his lap first. He also set the first lap of the entire session. Now he goes first out of the last runs of the day, and those are wet tires. My eyes don't deceive me. He's running wets on the dry line in the inters. Oh, Wizard Mitten has already invalidated his lap after the first 3 corners, so he will be done. Kart Racer, behind them all, has gone fastest. So now this final minute will be a battle to see if anybody can catch up to him. Now, I don't know why the particle physics are doing that. I'm pretty sure I changed that setting a while ago, so that's nice. Ace, about to set his final lap time. He goes even quicker, 1:39.7. And I believe that is around a 6/10 improvement compared to what Kart Racer had going for him. As now, everyone's getting their laps ready. Edwin, starting his first lap, he's still the only person that's not disqualified to not set a lap. Jack is on his way to complete his lap. I believe... Don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm very sorry. They have finished their session, though, with a 1:44.5. Unlucky. They're on the wet tires there, it seems. Jack now coming to the final sector of the track. Only 2 corners to go after this one. He's bringing it to the line. What will it be? It will not be pole. That he's already been on the track for that long. As now a 1:43 maybe? Yes, he jumped some spots to go to 11th. But now, here we go. More people that have set their laps. Alex hasn't invalidated his lap. He doesn't get one. How unfortunate. So now, I believe, Wizard Mitten, yep, his lap was invalidated, so this won't count. But I believe there's a Mercedes coming to the line. It's Gabri. Gabri's gone 4th. Phantom's gone 3rd. A Ferrari's next up. Jeremy goes 2nd. These are very impressive laps. Edwin is not next. His teammate is, or no, wait. I'm missing a lot here. I think it's not Bobby. Oh, but whoever it was spun coming to the line. The Haas of... What is going on? Gabri did finish. He's 8th. Exotic is 10th. He finished his lap. Yeah. Oh! Bobby Lyons has gone quickest! At the last hour, Bobby Lyons has gone a 10th quicker than Ace. In the dying moments of this qualifying session, he stunned them all, as I think Ace tried to go for one more lap, but it was not meant to be. With the final lap laid down in the entire session, Bobby Lyons has stolen pole, and that will determine our grid for the race. Sunny skies. Just what I was hoping for on this fateful day in Silverstone. We'll be ready to race soon. Five red lights, and we are away here in Silverstone. Bobby Lines has gotten a good start. Ace files in right behind. Jeremy on the outside of Ace there. As now we go wheel to wheel into Vale Chicane. Tons of polystyrene blocks flying everywhere. As now Jeremy has stolen P2 off of Ace. As Bobby Lines continues to run away. Kart Racers settle in behind these two in fourth. Then Phantom, then Christian Bach. Then Gabri, then Jamie Dodger, then Sully. Then Alex, then Zodic, then Edwin, then Jack Bowen, then Wojtek Foles, Wizard Mitten, Pinky, and Sirix. So now I believe we see the McLaren, Phantom, and the Mercedes of Christian Bach going at it back there as Wojtek has spun. He's at the back now. Oh, there's an incident right there. Apologies for the delay. We are back. Appears, as I've been warned, that there would be a couple of speeding and the pit lane penalties. Oh, but there was a retirement behind it. So there's that. Bobby Lines is still in the lead of this race by around 4/10 to Jeremy. And right behind him, Ace, then Kart Racer. So we've got a good established front four all running here. Oh, that was close there between Ace and Jeremy. As now they're also both on the back of Bobby Lines. This could get very exciting very soon. I don't believe any of these cars have DRS right here, but they will have it soon enough. So now, just waiting. It's a matter of time. Everybody will soon close into each other just a little bit more. car in there. Now, Bobby's actually gotten quite a ways away on this back straight, but now Jeremy's going to claw it back here. I believe Foles and Zodic are battling. There might have been a crash back here. Oh, it's Jack, the V-carb driver, as unfortunately after also acquiring some track limits penalties, he has lost, or he has come to a stop for reasons I don't know, and is now running 17th. Pinky, who started towards the back, currently in 13th. Very good showing from him so far, as he's all on the back of Edwin. As now he goes down the inside of Edwin, they go wheel to wheel, I think they bang wheels even. And Pinky is through, a very good display from him, and I believe we are actually very close between Kart Racer and Ace, who have actually dropped off the front two, but Jeremy is very, very close to Bobby Lyons right now. And I say this is quite entertaining, just the anticipation, not knowing what's next. And speaking of not knowing what's next, here we go. These two have battled already a couple times this season. Gabri and Alex as now they go side by side onto the final corner, and they're still side by side going onto the pit straight. This will be decided going into the club chicane. It's now. There's just no way Alex could have held it around the outside, and Gabri takes P6 off of him. So Alex looks to find a way back into this race. He was reporting a headache before the race started, and maybe some issues with his setup. He appeared to be very frustrated. Oh no! I think Edwin and Pinky have had it coming together, because all of a sudden Edwin has gone back past Pinky, and then Pinky's lost 3 places. It's either a solo error from Pinky, or Edwin has had a collision with him. Not know yet. Looks like Bowen is... No, it's Jack who is pitting. I wonder if he's calling it a day or not, or if he's just boxing the box. We shall see soon enough. Oh, let's look at this. Zodic and Suli. Nope, Jack has indeed retired. That is 1 down for V-Carb today. As now Zodic and Suli going side by side. Both of them have gone into the grass, and Pinky has gone through on both of them. Sensational stuff. Pinky watches the two mess with each other, and then he goes by both of them as now he tries to go swooping around the outside of Edwin. Can he get the move done? It would be an incredible clip if he can make it, and he has made it, even if Edwin has slightly less downforce because he's missing half her front wing end plate. That was an incredible move from Pinky. He certainly said he would be coming back to win from last, and with that, maybe he gets the confidence and thinks he can come back to win this race. Let's go back to the front now. Jeremy trying to keep it with Bobby Lyons. DRS for Ace, or Jeremy. He is much closer than he has been before right now. Maybe he could set up a move going into the loop and entry later this lap, but he just doesn't get that rotation there. And now Bobby Lyons is starting to pull away through this section, but he's gaining back now. He must have less drag in the setup, or he's using ERS, and the slipstream also will be a helpful effect as something happened down the order here. No, but Suli and Edwin are battling now. Pinky is pulled away from Edwin this time. No more shenanigans. It's Christian Bach on the back of Foles, who is in 9th. He also was trying to start back. He's in 9th right now. He's also doing very well. Kudos to him. That's now Suli and Edwin battling. Suli goes like he was flying on the inside. Edwin now also having to try to battle Zodic. They've had contact, and Edwin's had to make a save. That was close. And a track limit penalty for Mitten, or Wizard Mitten, as Alex goes past Jamie Dodger. Christian Bach battling Foles. Oh, Foles had to go off the track. I thought I saw something in the background. He did have to yield, and he ended up going in the grass. He's lost some valuable time there. As now Kart Racer. Oh, Ace pits. Ace is in the pit lane. He has not sped in the pit lane. That's good from him to keep control of that. And in sector 2, there's a yellow flag. I believe it is Bowen. Unfortunate for him. And Edwin, as he predicted himself, he has found himself speeding in the pit lane. Not karma, but that is somewhat funny that he predicted it and then went on to do it himself. Almost like he did it just to prove his own point. Oh, here we go! Battle for the lead! Jeremy trying to go down the inside of Bobby Lyons, and he's gotten it done! That time, he sent it and he actually made it stick. His first true send in the last couple of laps, and he's made it work already first try. Now Bobby's going to be looking to get back at him. I think there might have been some dirty air there causing Bobby to have to lift off. Feeling the momentum, but now he's coming back at Jeremy. He's going to go on the outside into left field. Can he get it done? Jeremy tries to show him the door, but Jeremy holds that. Oh, he's gone loose. He's gotten very loose. He had it done. The key was locked. He had shut the door, but then he lost it. He has actually held it though, and now there's a virtual safety car for an incident somewhere on the circuit. I wonder where that's happened, but oh, Bowen has a puncture. I think he has lost some stuff somewhere, and they have called the virtual safety car. And he's retired from the session, not wanting to deal with this anymore. He will be he would have been a lap down by the time he came into the pits. Oh, and here come your leaders, trying to box, take advantage. Oh no, Alex! A drive-through penalty for speeding under the virtual safety car, and I don't even think you can serve that. Oh, he sped in the pit lane as well, and he's retired. He's snapped right there. He's gone. His head is gone. He does not want any more of this. Zodic is sped in the pit lane. This pit lane is really dangerous, or it's not dangerous, but it's easy to get caught out. You don't know where the white line is. It's downhill. It's almost like a blind little hill. There's a false flat there. And that is very unfortunate. He has called it a day, and I don't blame him. I would have as well. And the virtual safety car is still going on. This has actually played out really, really well to everyone who boxed. So Kart Racer, the defending race winner, reserve, he must, I mean, he'll probably work with it. He's probably enjoying driving out there, but like, this is unfortunate, and Ace must also not be happy. He lost time under a pit stop in green flag conditions, and then the VSC came out, everyone else got a free pit stop. Well, actually, now that I look at it, I take everything back. He has somehow managed to come out in front of Jeremy and Bobby Lyons by just a little bit. I don't know how that's happened, and we've also resumed racing. So that makes me wonder. I kind of waffled about the whole VSC advantage thing, but Ace came through. So what will happen with Kart Racer exactly? I actually have not had their tires or telemetry on all race. So let's see what tires everyone's running. Kart Racers had those mediums. Let's actually go on the race director as well. What were the tires originally on some of the leaders? Mediums. So Kart Racer's running the same tire that Ace pit box on after 8 laps, and Pinky is in second now. He stayed out, and man, if a safety car comes in, he is going to be so he will be elated. He will be the happiest man in the world, because he will be working towards fulfilling his promise of winning the race from last, which would just be insane. Foles has set the fastest lap on his new hard tires, which he boxed for also right before the VSC came out, and he came back on, or when everyone else made their stops, he also was right where everyone else was. But Gabri now comes out of the pit lane. Oh, and right to the scene. Covers off Jamie Dodger. That was good awareness from Gabri to make sure he didn't lose that spot coming out of the pit lane, but now he's got to defend it on those cold tires as Foles gets a nice little tow from Jamie Dodger, that slipstream in DRS. He tries to just hang on to this little battle and pace with them. Binky running very smoothly out in front. He's got around 12 I'd say, yeah. Actually, no. I take that back. Well, actually, no. Wrong. Oh, that's the interval. I thought that was the leader time. That's why I was confused. Yeah, he's got around, what is that? 13 seconds. So, yes. And now, Bowen has left the session. Yep, he's done spectating. Syrix, I'm just going to call him Syrix. I have no idea how to pronounce those 4 consonants together. I might be slow. He's hanging on. He was hanging on to these guys, though, on those older tires. Kudos to him. He's currently running 6th, getting to enjoy some of that front of the field action as Ace now in control of the race. That rhymes. But Jeremy and Bobby Lyons, who are battling for the lead, literally right before the VSC, are trying to catch back up to him. They have 1 lap fresher tires, but that probably doesn't mean much. Pinky is also on the hard. He's been on the hard the entire time, so the fact that he gets to go on those mediums next is crucial for him. It's very important that he gets those mediums. It will help him tremendously. Let's see who all is closely there. Bowles is on the back of Danny Dodger. Red, blue, white helmet. Oh, he's gotten in the grass there a little bit. Let's go to the race director, see what the race leader's corner cut warning situations are like. Ace has one. Pinky has one. Bobby Lyons has one. Pierce so far just those ones. I missed something. Kart Racer has boxed. 10 laps of mediums is enough for him. And he's going to put on the hard tire to see this race out to the end. Final 16 laps of the race. So, even if he doesn't win the race, Pinky is leading. He will probably try to brag to me that he did in fact win the race and claim the race ended on lap 11. But kudos to him, he has gone from last to first by technicality. And Kart Racer, having stayed out on that tire, is hoping for a safety car now. He was 5th before, or he was 4th before, but now he's all that much further back. He's no longer in that DRS train. He can see them up in front, vaguely, but it's not enough. Actually, Jeremy, right on the back of Ace here, trying to get that better exit to maybe make a move into Cops. Oh, here we go. He's going to go for it on the outside. I don't know if this move will work. Oh, Ace is just giving it up. He's conceded it. I wonder if there's something about fuel involved here, trying to stick behind to save some fuel, or if he just wants that DRS. He's playing DRS chicken, but he's willingly giving the place up. But here comes Bobby Lyons on the outside, trying to make a move. Ace has had to go defensive compromise his line because of this. Jeremy will like that very much, because it means he is gaining, or not gaining, but he is gaining time, actually, all the while. 7.5 tenths now, 8 tenths now. This has helped him. And if he can just push a little bit harder right now before the next DRS zone, he could potentially break the DRS range. I want to check, actually. No, Pinky's just been on the hards that entire time. And he did. He sped in the pit lane! No! Pinky! He sped in the pit lane! And he will have a 10-second penalty, which he won't even get to serve. And that is his bid to win the race. Certainly over. Because now the leadership is restored in some way. Jeremy back out in the lead as he was when the VSC came out. But Bobby Lyons is now in 3rd behind Ace. And would you look at that? Jeremy's broken that DRS gap. He has pulled away. And it looks like this race, in terms of the battle for the victory, might be over. Pinky exits the pit lane. He is now battling for 10th with Sully. Go. I think Pinky actually has DRS. He must have come out behind Sully according to the game. And now that will give him a chance to warm the tires up while defending from Sully and trying to pull away. But provisionally, Sully's still ahead of him, and so are several cars behind him. If I were anybody that planned on boxing later, somehow, I would manage to be going. I would be going at a speed where I could engage my pit lane limiter about 5 seconds before I get anywhere near the pit lane wall. So yeah, around now I'd make sure I was able to put my limiter on because it's just chaos over there. Speaking of chaos, this could get chaotic. Here comes Bobby Lyons trying to make a move on Ace. Kart Racer, meanwhile, is actually caught up. The gamble is paid off. He has a couple lap younger hards, which might be giving him some advantage right now. Even though the hards are the slowest compounded tire, when they're a couple laps younger, especially in a hot summer's day in Silverstone, they might actually pay dividends. As now, Kart Racer trying to go down the inside of Bobby Lyons as they're side by side, going into Chapel Curvesdale. They go through Beckett's and then Maggots. And there's, well, Kart Racer's ahead, but Bobby is pressuring him tremendously. Pinky has gone past Christian Bach, meanwhile, but let's go back to this, because actually I think Kart Racer using that battery. It's going to try to go around Ace. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's see if he can... Oh! They've banged wheels, but neither of them have spun. And then Kart Racer goes for an egregious dive down the inside on Ace, and it has paid off. Ace has not gotten the traction out of that corner to make a comeback. And Kart Racer into P2 now. Can he go chase after Jeremy? Can he change the complexion of the race? We're only halfway through. He has the power to do so. Now we see Ace and Bobby Lyons going at it here. Oh, that's cheap from Ace there. He might have actually... never mind, that is not cheap. I believe either by complete accident or being a good sportsman, Ace has let him through. Talked about how he told me to just watch. He will be towards the back after 5 laps. We just started the 14th lap, and he is in 4th. And he was doing very well at one point, so I wouldn't hate on any of his work so far. He's done very good. And just watching, just be encouragement to keep going forwards and keep fighting Bobby for that position, because their tires are relatively at the same level, and Kart Racer's already gained a second on Jeremy this lap. And I think we all know what might be about to happen. The strategy might pay off. I think also the extreme amount of downforce he has and his ability to drive that car might also pay off. Corner cutting penalty for Wizard Mitten. Let's look at some battles further down the field. There are none. Everyone's pretty far away at this point. The only person that has DRS around this area is Suli. And Jamie Dodger on Gabri. Let's hope that materializes. That looks like Phantom. Yep, Phantom running in 5th. Ace still keeping it within DRS range. Kart Racer's broken into DRS range. This will be over before the DRS straight, potentially. Unless Jeremy puts on a masterclass in defending. And I can mean that in 1 or 2 ways. Either he actually defends him or he wrecks him. Both I wouldn't fully support the demolishing of the driver, but it would throw a wrench in the works, which would be pretty interesting. I want to see this battle for the win. I want to see it a larger climax. I want to see the climax closer to the finish. So now Suli pits to see if he speeds in the pit lane. He kept it down. Very good from him. Oh! Christian Bach has retired! He's crashed! Christian Bach has crashed! He has somehow lost it at Abbey Corner. We had just been looking at him as Suli entered the pit lane, and suddenly he's crashed. And ask and you shall receive. Today is my lucky day. The safety car has come out for this incident. It is the first full safety car of the race. We had a VSC earlier on. As now, that has actually potentially saved Jeremy, as Kart Racer will be... he doesn't have track position unless he doesn't pit. But I think it'd be beneficial to go on some softs at this point in the race. Pinky will be elated because he can, well, even if he chooses to fit, he could either choose to stay out and take a 10-second penalty and lose all his spots, or he could box. It's a matter of which bullet he wants to bite. He'll be at the back for sure if he boxes. So Edwin is very far towards the back, just starting his 15th lap, and he's entered the box. I wonder if he will retire. Actually, he doesn't really have a reason to. He's about to be able to rejoin the pack. He will be happy about that. Nobody's staying out yet. Jeremy's really taking his sweet time. I wonder if he had to follow a delta. Very slow delta. But let's see who speeds in the pit lane here. Jeremy comes in flying. He sped! He sped in the pit lane! He's thrown away the win! Or the chance for a win! Bobby Lyons being careful. Everyone's being careful. They've all learned. They know the drill. Gabri comes in flying. They're not ready for each other, though. They all are going very slow. There's no need. Pinky's coming to the pit lane. He's actually gained... Well, actually, it won't matter. They'll all be bunched up, but... Zodic's staying out. But Zodic's taking his sweet time getting there. So, we don't know about that yet. Jeremy has come out... Oh, yeah, he doesn't serve the penalty yet. Jamie Dodger... Yeah, everyone's in the pit lane. Zodic's finally coming in. I don't get why everyone's going so slow coming up to this section. It's like just here. It's like just right here they get told to catch the safety car queue. It's interesting. Yes, Edwin already on softs. That's interesting. He's far back enough to pit a lap before everyone else. Pinky finally is released, and he's actually released in a relatively similar spot to where he was before or where he was before the safety car, P10, and now he's on fresh mediums, which I guess some people don't really want to spend 10 laps on, or 9 laps on softs, which is a valid point. But Jeremy, man, that is unlucky. I can eat my Chinese now, my driver says. How nice to know DeQuavius is eating his Chinese now, as we are about to go racing. Why would you eat Chinese food? Jeremy has elected to box to serve his penalty, giving kart racer free air. If any, from what I think I know, from what I've gathered, this guy, I mean, it's facts that he won the last race. He has good downforce on his car, and obviously pace with that. So if anybody wants to put a stop to this, Bobby and Ace have to get it going early on in the lap and get past him, and then have a battle with him. Why is there he just locked up the tires? Christian Bach has left the session. It's a very interesting accident he had. Jeremy is now coming out of the pit lane. Will Edwin come out ahead of him? No, he definitely won't. Look at the corner he has to take here. This is going to be interesting. We are about to have a showdown. Maybe there'll be another crash. I mean, everyone's bunched up again. Exciting times. Another Unk victory. It appears this man is also older. DeQuavius opponent. Safety car, I believe, will be staying with us for another lap. Making this from laps 19 to 26, which I believe means it'll be a 7-lap shootout. Yes. Are they pitting again? Sorry? Is Jeremy chosen to retire? He's boxed another time. He's thrown on even fresher softs. I'm confused. Why? Why has Edwin done it? Like, what? Huh? Did I miss something? I was reading the chats. If Biggie didn't waste 2 years of his sim racing career on a controller, he would be in F1 esports just now. One of the few natural talents in the game. He is a good Ute indeed. So safety. Did I? Oh, Edwin, man. Why? Oh fuck! Wait, controller's doing its thing again. Uh-oh, this is okay. We fixed it. That would have, I would have thrown it into my TV, which I actually had a dream about last night. Oh, that's odd. It's a sign. It's a sign that it's gonna mess up again during this restart phase. Safety car in this lap. Here we go, everyone. About to have a very interesting final shootout. We go. The order at the restart. Remember this: Kart Racer, Bobby Lyons, Ace, Phantom, Gabri, Foles, Sully, Jamie Dodger, Pinky, Wizard Minton, Sirix, Sodic, Jeremy, and then Edwin. The back two are on softs. From there, it's mediums until Sully, who's on hards, and then Foles to Ace on mediums, and then Bobby Lyons and Kart Racer, the top two on hards. Everyone's last pit stop was sometime within the safety car window, so everyone is on fresh rubber. Here we go! And Kart Racer has gone. Bobby Lyons has gotten he's actually gotten a decent reaction. He's gone with him, and he's using all his battery to go through right now. They're side by side. They almost touch. Bobby Lyons has not gotten the move done, but he's going to go chasing after him right now. They're both recharging already. Actually, no, I don't know why Kart Racer's red light is on. There's no need for it to be. I don't know. Same reason, or the same thing. Why is the yellow flag thing up in the top left corner when it shouldn't be? Anyways, Ace now closer to Bobby Lyons than Bobby Lyons is to Kart Racer. Bobby Lyons, he was valid to go for it right there, but it has not paid off in the end. And now he must push like hell just to stay within that DRS range before the next opportunity to use it. Already used half that battery. Meanwhile, Kart Racer has just used 8%. I don't think he's actually pressed the overtake button once so far. Jeremy on the back of Pinky. These two going to battle. Both had aspirations to win this race at one point. Then they got pit lane speeding penalties and are at the back. Jeremy with more pace for sure than Pinky, I'm pretty sure. It's not Pinky's fault. He played on controller for 2 years. Natural talent, just developing. As now Jeremy on the inside is going to look to get a P9 here and establish some more points for himself. And he is through with ease as Bobby Lyons has kept it close with Kart Racer and gained a little bit of battery back. Kart Racer just for the first time now presses that overtake button. And Bobby Lyons does as well, but for way longer. And here we go. Actually, Bobby Lyons is pretty darn close here. He could... Oh, but okay, he's actually gone a bit deep there, but he's going to cut back. I mean, he could go for it here. He can go for a move. He will just use every single bit of his battery he has. And this will be an interesting point in this race. Here we go. Let's watch to see what happens here. All the battery being used. And he does get closer, but not close enough. So he's pulled away from Ace with that move a little bit. Bit of a gap now. Now it's just a matter of staying with Kart Racer. He's giving it everything he has. Oh! Kart Racer's gotten a bit out of shape there, I think. And now, here comes Bobby Lyons with a move to save his race. Down the inside. Can he hold on to it? Kart Racer gets that grip on the outside. But here comes Bobby Lyons. He's going to try to clear it here. Kart Racer goes for the dive. Bobby Lyons going to try to cut back under. Oh, Kart Racer's gotten loose. And Bobby Lyons into the lead. He's made the move and he's made it stick. The leader swap with 5 laps to go. Or 6, actually. As now... Ace trying to go down the inside as well of Kart Racer. He makes the dive. They almost touch, but they respect each other's space. As now they're battling. This is intense. As Bobby Lyons has actually managed to get half a second from Kart Racer here. Ace still on the back of Kart Racer. Phantom trying to get on the back of Ace and carrying Gabri and Foles with him. Jeremy's gotten the fastest lap, meanwhile, trying to catch up to this pack. He could still be in this. As Sully goes deep and gets a track limits penalty. That is very unfortunate for him. So now Kart Racer on the back of Bobby Lyons. Can he complete what Bobby Lyons couldn't at that moment? I'm sure Kart Racer's kicking himself over whatever happened at Cop's corner there that allowed Bobby Lyons to get into the lead of this race. But here we go. He's pulling up. He's getting closer. He almost dives down the inside, but he thinks better of it. And now Bobby Lyons gets out of shape. He had to think very, very defensively there, which has compromised his exit line. And now Kart Racer's all over him. But will the dirty air affect him at Cops? We shall find out right now. It looks like it might have a little bit. but he's still moving, and he still has 80% more ERS, and he's at 80% ERS, which means Bobby Lyons is defenseless here with the battery, as now around the outside goes Kart Racer. It's the exact same thing that happened last lap. Here goes Kart Racer down the inside. He covers it off better, much better this time, and he's actually through, but Bobby Lyons won't give up. He's going to use all that battery right here. So is Kart Racer. We are going wheel to wheel here, and what will we see? Bobby Lyons on the inside retakes the lead again. So they see some tire smoke there. I'm almost out of breath. This is intense. They will go at it till the very end. I am convinced. As now, oh, the sign was right. The controller was acting up again, but it's fixed itself. Kart Racer now has Ace on his back, and these three are much closer as a cohesive unit rather than just Kart Racer and Bobby Lyons being close together last time round right here on the hangar straight. What will happen here? To be fair, Kart Racer still is much closer, but Ace is staying closer to them than he was before, but actually, I mean, he's lost it now. Bobby Lyons is helpless as Kart Racer has spent his time wisely, and he will go down the inside there and retake the lead. What can Bobby Lyons do? He saves some battery up there, that's for sure. And can he get him back? There will be DRS at this point of the track. And he's going to use that battery. Actually, he saves the battery. He knows he doesn't need it. Meanwhile, Kart Racer's getting a bit more desperate. He's using his battery. Here goes Bobby Lyons. He's gone down the inside. And here we go. He's cleared him. He's already cleared him. Kart Racer is defenseless. The lunge from further back appears to have worked better in Bobby Lyons' favor, but Kart Racer is going to go back down on the inside here, and surely Bobby Lyons will be helpless to this. He must have to try to complete a switchback, which will he do it? No, he won't, but Kart Racer's locked up, and he's opened the door again for Bobby Lyons, who's going to try to hang it on the outside. He can't do that, but he cuts under, and now he might have a very good run at Kart Racer for this pit straight. As we go through Abbey onto the Hamilton straight, what will we see here? It appears Bobby Lyons, who could just very well wait for the hangar straight, is going to go for it there, and he's gone for it, but then Kart Racer's cut back under him, and they're side by side, going through the Vale chicane. They've touched a little bit, and Bobby Lyons loses out, but he's going to have DRS. So what will we see coming through Beckett's and Maggots? Oh, he's fallen off a little bit there. Kart Racer has such good grip coming out of that corner every single time, and now Bobby Lyons is just going to have to hope he can hang in there. Oh, Gabri and Phantom fighting. They've gone up to the back of this now. They've chained together a succession of good laps and are now on the back of Ace for that final podium spot. As Kart Racer has now actually gotten a ways out in front of Bobby Lyons. I think he might have settled this dispute unless something changes. Battles further back. Foles on the back of Phantom here. Foles has done a good job to go from last to 6th. Jeremy has had trouble getting past this group of cars. He's done his struggle. He's still 9th. As now Bobby Lyons still in DRS range. Can he somehow get an act together, get something set up to go for him in the final 2 laps of the race? He's actually gained quite a bit of time there. I think Kart Racer at a moment. He's 6 tenths behind. Can he just use the DRS here to try to get himself closer and set up an overtake? Kart Racer looks like he's taking that corner at first a bit wider, having a late apex, which might be giving him that grip coming out of the exit. And yeah, he's once again pulled a couple tenths in that one corner. As Phantom goes past Gabri, they swap again. They've lost the time to Ace, though, in the process. And Foles is now even closer to them, which has made Sully even closer, which has made Jamie Dodger even closer, and then Jeremy. This battle right here has been underrated, and I probably should have been focusing on it more, but there's still 2.5 laps to do that. As now... Oh, yeah, here we go. Foles has gone deep, so Sully is going to try to battle back at him. And in front, we see Phantom and Gabri, and I think there was actually contact from these two. And contact again, we saw it right there. They're giving it their all here. And Wizard Mitten has retired from the session. I wonder if that's a crash or he's just given up on it. I would understand. He's quite far back with a lot of track limits penalties. As now the 2 McLarens going side by side. Sully and Phantom Fox. And Sully is through on Phantom's on the grass, and he's rear-ended his teammate. He's lost control of his car and hit Sully. Sully doesn't even seem to have any visible damage from it, but Phantom has lost some of his rear end, or his rear wing, or his front wing, and Foles is in P6 now. And now Jamie Dodger trying to go around the outside of Phantom, who has to go in the grass. Pinky's gotten a track limits warning. And Bobby Lines is 8/10 back from Kart Racer. This might be the DRS going here, and the battle to try and stop Kart Racer for the race win. Meanwhile, chaos is ensuing back here, and Bobby Lines has actually gotten a track limits penalty, trying to keep up there. That will spell out the end, I believe, as Kart Racer just needs to hold on for a lap and a half to get what he wants, and that is the race victory. Sully on the back of Gabri now. Phantom will be unhappy that his chances might have been dashed by that unfortunate incident, as amazingly only his end plate was gone in that collision. Pinky up to P9 now, but he has a track limits penalty. Everyone that has a penalty just has 3 seconds, and there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. 6, 7. Pinky goes past Jeremy, and I believe Jeremy has actually spun. That is why. Gabri. Oh wait, no, he's not. He's battling Foles. They're going side by side. Oh wow, that was aggressive. They almost took out Sully in the process, and Foles has actually been driven to the outer edge of the circuit in the process. And now Jamie Dodger's all over the back of them, and Kart Racer has set the fastest lap of the race as he starts the final lap of the race. Just has a couple more corners to nail. I believe it's around 15, maybe a bit less. Maybe 14 now that he's finished off of the chicane. And he's got 2.5 seconds to Bobby Lines plus his track limits penalty, which actually now he must paddle to try to stay with 5 seconds clear of Ace, and he's almost there. He just has to do that to hold on to his P2. Ace, who did tell me, I'll say this again, talked about how he would... Oh, I think Zodek has actually gone off at the back there. Yes, that is very unfortunate for the final lap. But Ace talked about how he would fall off 5 laps in. He has not done anything of the matter. Oh, he's retired! Ace is crushed! No! No! Oh, that is so unfortunate. He's lost it right there. Oh, how unfortunate. He was going to have the podium. Bobby Lines will be breathing the biggest sigh of relief he has ever breathed, as he will hold on to P2 now, and Sully might, well, no, actually, he will not get a podium. This means Gabri will get a podium, and he will be very happy about that, the Italian. He's won a race already this season, might have a couple more podiums, but this will add on to the total. And we will see here, as Kart Racer crosses the line. I missed it, but he did cross the line to win the race here at Silverstone on the reverse layout. Bobby Lines in second. Sully a little bit later coming across in third, but Gabri will steal his 4th place spot. Sully will fall to 5th, actually, all the way to 6th even, as Foles gets P4. A good comeback from him. He started last. He got 4th. He wanted to win, but he still did a very valiant effort from him. Jamie Dodger 5th. The 2 McLarens of Sully and Phantom 6th and 7th in that order. I'm not going to say it. Pinky 8th, then Jeremy 9th. Jeremy had a chance to win this at one point. He was leading. Pinky was also leading at one point, but with a bit less of a chance to win. Then Sirix 10th, and then Edwin 11th, and Zodek, or Edwin actually has not come to the line yet. We will watch him there. And Zodek slowly, and he has chosen it. Oh, he has a puncture! The punctures strike again. We'll slowly bring it to the line to finish 12th. Zodek also said top 8, or only 8 people finish. I'm calling it. He was pretty close. 7 DNF'd out of 9. He was expecting 11. Only a 4-car gap. As we see this here, Pinky driver of the day. He won something from last. Fair play. driver Gabri. I'm pretty sure he's gotten that one a couple times now. Pinky also had the most overtakes. Kart Racer, fastest lap, and race winner. There you go. That's the race for all of you. Unless anybody wants a post-race debrief, I can set that up. Or not a post-race debrief, a post-race interview. Alright, we will come back in a moment to see if we can materialize some driver interviews. Okay, mic check. Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Let me set the stream up to where we get the window capture in here. Alright. Just making sure we get just our stuff. that's slightly off balance, but it'll work unless I change something up. Hold up. All right, that's a bit better. Okay, let's kick things off. Who wants to go first?
Me, I guess.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about your race. Let's hear what you think of it. Give me some
So
feedback.
just like in general.
Yeah. You were battling with the main pack that was fighting for that final podium spot at the end, right? Oh yeah, you did get the final podium spot because Sully had the penalty.
Yeah, I was battling with the pack, and I did get a podium. Luckily, because I saw someone like going off on the last lap. I don't remember who it was.
It was
I know it
me.
was someone at the top, and it just
Yeah.
yeah, and yeah, I was behind Sally. I got ahead because of the penalty. Yeah, was a good fight. I think it was a very nice recovery considering where I started. I think I qualified like 8th. So yeah, it felt very nice to have a nice comeback and to be up there at the front. So P3 is most definitely a result I'm happy for today.
Mm. How exciting was that little battle there at the end between you and about what 5 other drivers there? That was pretty entertaining to watch. Obviously, the battle for the lead was also very exciting, but also watching you people like Phantom, Suli, Folds. Um, that was. What do you have to comment on that battle? Because that was also that must have been quite the your heart must have been pounding quite a bit driving in it.
Well, yeah, it was very tense, and I didn't exactly think about being at the fight at the top for P1 and P2. I know it was a bit too far ahead. I was mainly focused battling with Phantom, Folds, Sally, because there are also some drivers I have raced very often against, so I know they're a bit tough fight. So I was
Yep.
more concerned about them with the fight for P3, and yeah, I had a fight with Phantom mainly at the start, and then I did last laps something with Sully and Foltz, and eventually I got the upper hand of it. And again, a podium I'm very proud of, and it was definitely one of the toughest races, but also one of my best races I think in my career.
Yep. Well, congratulations. I'll see if I have any more questions to come to you, but actually, let me switch over really quickly to Bobby if he wants to unmute himself and get asked a few questions because he was a protagonist in today's race as well. Um, hey Bobby, how are you? That was a good battle out there.
Hello?
Um,
I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can hear me or
oh,
not.
we can hear you.
Alright, cool. Yeah, it was a fun race, but the tires, they were a joke. Having to what's it called? To manage them and just be quick at the same time.
Yeah, that's Silverstone for you. Um, talk us through the battle you had with Kart Racer there. That was certainly an exciting one. It looked like I thought for a while you were gonna have the upper hand in it. You just got a bit unlucky in the end. You didn't have as much ERS. Talk us through that.
Yeah, it's annoying when you have to like push and push to just like even stay in like in front and like the battery just you can't really save it. It just if you deplete it and then it's like really hard because you need to think about all the cars behind you and stuff, and especially with the safety car at the end with the fresh mediums on the cars behind. I was more focused on them because I think for there's no way I could win this anyway because the tires were just going to give way and yeah, but it's GD's the kart racer because he's like one of the fastest people I've raced. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was a great battle between you two. You certainly had me very excited. Um, if anybody listens back to that, talk. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but actually with Ace, you had a or no, actually, well, that's great. Zen, as his username is here. You had a very. I mean, it wasn't a battle like on track, but provisionally it was going to be very close because you had a time penalty and he was gaining. So, talk us through that if you will. Did you have any nerves about that?
Um, didn't he retire on lap
He
14?
yeah
Lap 24.
yeah. Actually, no. It was the final lap,
Last
I
lap on
believe.
a puncher.
Oh, it was a
I
puncture.
Yeah, I had a puncher. I was not going to hit points, so I just pulled off.
That's a shame. Um, yeah, I saw Zodic also had a puncture on the final lap. I didn't know what that was all about, but that's crazy, man. I thought you just had a shunt or something.
Wrong.
Um, but yeah, he was closing in, and I was wondering because you ended up getting the track limits penalty, pushing. So I was nervous that, or I wasn't nervous. I was just wondering like if he was gonna catch you provisionally in the time standings. Were you keeping an eye on that any?
When I got the time penalty, the gap was 3.5 seconds, but because I was on hards and he was on mediums, I knew I was gonna have the high advantage, so I wasn't really worrying on that too much.
Right then, I mean, yeah, you kept the place in the end, so very good job from you, and a very good race in general. Does anybody else have any? Does anybody else want to be interviewed or have any questions asked towards them?
I don't mind being interviewed.
All right. Sure. Then, talk us through your race. I know you definitely had some battles. At one point, you were pretty high up because you didn't box during the VSC period. Um, so what
Yeah.
do you have to comment about your race?
So starting from P15, I was just trying to do a one stop and manage tires as best as I can. That's why I stayed out in the VSC. I was trying to push those hard as far as I could and like keep them low in degradation, which is really hard in Silverstone, especially. So then the safety car came, so I decided, okay, I'll box for mediums. And then that safety car played out really well for me because that made me gain a couple positions. And then I had a few battles with the Haas and the Ferrari, which were really intense.
Yeah. Talk us through those battles. Were you was there any nerves or were you tense during those? What do you think? Are you happy with what you came away with today?
Yeah, I'm happy. Those battles were quite intense because the Haas was in within DRS range for 5 or 6 laps, every lap after the safety car until he went wide and got a puncture in the end, I think.
Yeah, that was Zodic, I
So
believe. Yep, I remember watching him come to the line with his puncture. That was insane.
yeah, tire management in Silverstone is something else.
Yep. It's probably one of the hardest tracks. It might be the hardest track. I know China has some difficulties as well with tire management. It's just East tires, but Silverstone, especially on a sunny day, even in the I mean, I don't know if the game takes weather into account, but tire management, no matter what, is difficult at Silverstone. So okay, unless anybody else wants to be interviewed, I'm trying to come up with another question for. Also, thank you very much to everyone who have given questions so far. I was trying to come up with a question for Gabby or see if either of our team principals here want to be interviewed, but or want to give their comments on the race. But I think we'll be done here. So yeah, well, so yeah, that'll be it. Thank you for viewing.